Last week on The Daily Show, Jon Stewart tore into Doggy and pointed out all of the lies that they've been telling about how much money they're saving and all the damage that they're truly doing. It was a pretty scathing indictment of that organization. And as a result of that, Elon Musk was not happy. And so he responded to a tweet on Twitter saying that he should go on Jon Stewart's show, on The Daily Show, and be interviewed. And so as I said on Blue Sky at the time, that's not gonna happen. Elon Musk is at least smart enough to be terrified of Jon Stewart. He's at least smart enough to know how much smarter Jon Stewart is than him. There's no way he would consent to an actual interview that would leave him looking much like Tucker Carlson did years ago when he made the mistake of sitting across a desk from Jon Stewart. And so I wanna catch up now because he had initially said he would. It's looking a little bit more dicey now. And so here is what Jon Stewart said on The Daily Show. We show you the video, but that would be the end of our channel. So instead, I'm gonna read it. He said, after the show, Governor Musk tweeted, or X'd, I guess, that he'd like to come on here and talk to me as long as the show airs unedited. But after thinking about this offer, I thought, hey, that's actually how the in-studio interviews normally are, is unedited. So sure, we'd be delighted. And I love, first off, that Elon Musk apparently has never watched the show, doesn't know that they don't edit it. Of course they don't. What are you talking about? And so it's an easy give for Jon Stewart. But it really wasn't about the editing. It was Elon Musk providing an out that Donald Trump loves to hide behind, which is if I do an interview or give a speech and I look like an idiot, it was probably just the editing that did it. It's fake news. It's all tricks of the media to make me look stupid. And so Jon Stewart wants to be very clear up front, that's not gonna happen, so you should come on the show. And then he says, but then I checked X again and I saw another tweet from Elon because you can't not. And he then said, after saying I'd like to come on, Jon Stewart cannot be trusted and that I'm a propagandist and that I'm not bipartisan. Again, the guy who custom made his own dark MAGA hat that he wears to opine in the Oval Office with the president who he spent $270 million to elect thinks I'm just too partisan. I'm really not sure what he thinks bipartisan means, but it's generally not I support Donald Trump and also Germany's AfD party. That's not bipartisan, that's just the same as blank, blank, blank. And if you want to come on and talk about it on the show, great. If you don't want to, sure. But can we just drop the pretense that you won't do it because I don't measure up to the standards of neutral discourse that you demand and display at all times? And I love that commentary from Jon Stewart. And yes, I think that was the segment where he cut his hand. And as Secret Cat Base is pointing out on Twitch, they didn't even edit out him openly bleeding on his set. They just aired the show. But I'm glad that he's fighting back, and I'm glad that he's doing this oversight of Elon Musk, fighting back against the cult of Doggy and the cult of Elon Musk. And Elon Musk, again, he's not a smart guy, objectively or socially. He didn't need to respond to that tweet about going on The Daily Show. He could have just never responded and he'd be fine. But he wants to look tough. He wants to look cool. He's just like Donald Trump. So he has to be like, yeah, no, I'd do it. And I guess he's hoping that Jon Stewart wouldn't want to interview him. Again, stupid. So when Jon Stewart does offer him the spot, he has to back off and look like a dumb, weak little donkey. And he has to say, no, he's not bipartisan or whatever. What does that have to do with literally anything? Again, that's just a terrible excuse. You're scared. We all know that you're scared. Even your base, they're not gonna acknowledge it on Twitter or whatever, but they know that you're scared. You know that if you sat down with Jon Stewart doesn't just have people, writing like press releases that he's a genius or whatever. He's an actual smart guy. He's a curious guy. He does his research. His team isn't like Doggy. They actually know what they're doing. And so they would come with receipts and they would ask you questions that you were clearly really uncomfortable about facing. And that is why you're running as fast as you can. It's not that you don't have enough time. Dude apparently installed a gaming PC at his Doggy office in Washington, D.C. If dude's got time to play Path of Exile, he's got time to do The Daily Show. It ain't about that. It ain't about bipartisanship. It's that he knows that in a battle of wits, a battle of knowledge, a battle of rhetoric, he stands no chance against Jon Stewart. And so I want to thank Elon Musk for putting himself in a position like this to look like such a little coward. I love it. Thanks for watching our video. Did you know that you can support our show by becoming a subscriber? Just click the subscribe button and also ring the bell so that you get notifications when we're live or when we post new content.